is getting the same exact thing that Sushi just got, which is the long hair shampoo package, minus the pretty panties, minus the belly shave. Um, Anyway, what we wanted to do was we wanted to feature this product today in this grooming. This is a gallon of the late pitch detangling spray. And then this is the 8-ounce bottle that you can get. This is essential if you're trying to work on a cat who comes in matted, right? So, wow. Can you hear that? Oh, it's coming from this phone. Never mind. Never mind. I had someone speaking in my ear. Alright. Let's see what we got going. His name. So that product, you only want to use that if you're planning on washing your cat because it is oily, right? It is fortified with provitamins, sea kelp, evening primrose. It's just a wonderful, wonderful product for helping to break down any of that matting prior to the bath. There we go. Try and get it throughout the coat. He missed his last grooming, his regularly scheduled grooming, so he's coming in with some issues, right? Now, depending on what kind of training you have as a cat groomer, there's going to be different ways you're going to tackle and deal with this problem area, right? Let's let that sit and soak for a little bit. Let's do the nails. She's like, no, I need those. No, you don't. What do you need it for? Are you a redecorator too? He's like, yeah. What are you redecorating? The curtains. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Get the boot. You don't stop that, you're gonna get the boot. He's like, what do you mean the boot? You're gonna end up in that shelter again. You don't stop redecorating your mom's curtains. She wouldn't. She would. She would never. You don't know that. Okay, that's done. Now, let's put on the happy hoodie since we're going to be doing some uncomfortable bits on him. This should help calm him a little bit more. All right, I'm going to take this big, beautiful comb with wide teeth. I'm going to start to try to break down his coat. And I can do this a couple of different ways. One is with a large tooth comb. Another would be to use the velocity dryer and try and blow out and loosen some of it. So many different ways to deal with all of this. It's bad. It's bad, 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 bad. You know, a lot of groomers who'd probably put him in a lion cut at this point, right? But we're going to take it one step at a time. That is not what the owner has in mind. Just try and work with his tolerance level, right? Waka. Just try and work with his tolerance level. And then when he's in the bath, another way that you can help with the matting is to use that Thick and Thicker protein treatment. It's going to help soften up that coat and help get those tangles out, right? All right, ready, steady, here we go. He's like, what did I do to deserve this? Look at that mug. He's like, what did I do to deserve this? Nothing. You're just being a cat. Don't you know? You know you're supposed to be doing all this yourself, right? because cats groom themselves, right? He's like, don't get too smart with me. Don't you get smart with me. Alright. We're getting there. We're getting there. Looks like some of it got shaved out. Your mom took a clipper to your coat. My God. It's sacrilegious. It's sacrilegious. Alright, let's try a pin brush. Try to break it up a little bit. This is the Burt's Bee one. You're a hot mess, buddy. He's like, I am not. You are. Alright, so they're little tiny ones now. At this point, most cat groomers will just put them in the tub and then deal with this after the bath. And then just try and pull these out under the dryer after the bath. So many different ways that you can do this. Good girl. Boy, sorry. He's so pretty. Sometimes I think he's a girl. He's like, stop misgendering me. Jiggles. It's not my fault. You look so pretty. Say, stop it. Alright, we're getting there. Wham. Oh, pity pat pat. Just giving me a little pity pat pat. Boy, you're doing it. You are doing it. Go on. Now what? How are we supposed to do all this? I tried to talk the owner into doing a full belly shave, but she said no. Waka 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 waka. All right. Whoa. Almost there. If it's really bad, just grab for the mat breaker. It will cut into your cat's coat, but I don't know. What's the worst alternative? Taking a shaver and shaving holes in your cat's coat? This is a much more natural approach. as far as keeping your cat's coat from having holes in it and shave marks. All of that's shaved. This whole side was shaved, and then the whole other side was shaved. Wow. Wow, it's a wow, that's really bad. Try and do a couple of swipes through that area. If he'll let me. Okay. Let's go on this side. Good boy. You're a hot mess, little one. Yes, you are. He said, just stop it. Just stop it now. Really? Alright, buddy. You're almost there. Alright, so what at this point, I'm just going to save whatever's left in his coat. I really don't want to, but I can save it for after the bath. Are you threatening me? He's like, you're threatening me. There. Really? Alright. Wham. Alright, we're gonna have to deal with that when he's under the dryer because he's already there. He's already there. Alright, let's clear out your sanitary area. Wow. Get this going. Okay, and then we're going to get him on his side. And finish up this part of it. Get it. Alright, other side. Roll. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Okay. That way. Clear. Hot mess. Walker, walker. Walker. Where? 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 Alright. Other side? And your tail. Let's see what your tail's doing. There we go. Alright, he is just about ready for his bath. Any little tiny knots that are still in there, we're going to deal with after his bath when he's under the dryer. And then it'll just come out like cotton candy. There. Alright. Almost there, buddy. There. Every single knot you leave in your cat's coat is just going to get worse in the bath if you don't know how to deal with it afterwards under the dryer. Good boy. You get it. Alright, let's do this. Here we go. Right this way. Alright, up we go. Good boy. Do that right there. There you go. Alright, we're going to start with the pink paw powder degreaser on his head. There we go. Wow. 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 Good boy. And then some nice warm heated groomer's goop for everything else. Good boy. Straight down his back. This should be a nice, comfortable process if you warm it up. This is the tool that I use to warm groomer's goop. That's just one of those little refrigerators that can also heat. It's a cooler and a heater, right? And it heats up that groomer's goop to the perfect temperature. Not too hot, nice and warm. So it's a very comfortable process. If you don't warm it up, it can be very uncomfortable for some cats, depending on the temperature of the salon, right? It can go on so cold that it causes the cat to pee, right? So, good boy. You did it. You did it. You did. It's usually a 10-minute steep with the groomer's goop. The container says to just leave it on for 5, but on average it's like 10 minutes. Good laddie. Good laddie. Just working that groomer's goop all the way through, down to the skin. Wham. Alright, so what do we work on first? We'll work on his face while we're waiting for that groomer scoop to work. Ready, steady. There we go. Good buddy. Good buddy. Good boy. Good boy. There we go. And your ears. Yours look good. Yeah. Yours look great. Oh, Salon. Waka 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 waka. Hi hi. Good buddy. Alright, let's start with the purple. This is the Pooch Bright by Lay Pooch. Waka 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 waka. He's like, you're making me purple again, aren't you? Yeah. It's alright. Men can have beauty treatments too. It's okay. Doesn't make you any less of a man. He say, whatever you say, lady. There we go. Good boy. Do you like this part? He said, better. Good boy. He was not impressed. He's never come in so matted. So that's not part of his grooming experience. So the owner brings him on a regular schedule where he can have a beautiful grooming and he doesn't have to be demanded like that. So he actually absolutely loves his grooming. Today he didn't appreciate the demanding. It's not part of his normal regimen. So, but we're going to try and get him in a better mood. Everything else should just go swimmingly for him. There we go. Yee. Good buddy. Good buddy. Good buddy. Gotta get you in and out of this tub soon. Good buddy. You going for a walk? He's like, I was thinking about it. Yeah, well, you're not gonna get very far. He's like, but I'm a cat. Yeah, well, I ain't got my money on me, not on you. Yeah, we're not going for a walk right now. You're covered in bubbles. You're covered in bubbles. Now's not the time to go for a walk. Alright, buddy? He's like, whatever you say, lady. Alright, ready, steady. Start getting these roots taken care of. Good buddy. Nope, not going for a walk. There. buddy. And rinse. And rinse. Because you're trying to drown me. No, I'm not. There. And head up. Good boy. Get that. All right. Ready, steady, here we go. Gotcha. Good boy. Good boy. All right, let's do some of this juiciness. That's the thick and thicker protein treatment that's just going on straight. Beauty treatment for his mane. It's also a really great product to use when your cat is matting, right? Alright, that's done. While we're going to the next part of his groom, we're going to put a happy hoodie on. That might help him get through the rest of his grooming in the bath. The next part is going to be his back legs and his tail. Alright, other side. Good boy. Good boy. Alright. Just rinsed out all of that groomer scoop. Boy. That juiciness again. Thick and Thicker Protein by Chris Christensen. Get that going. So we got the treatment happening up here, the treatment happening right there, and then we're doing the boots, and then the groomer scoop is still on the body. So in some cases, when you're watching a cat groomer working, you might see them doing 2 things at the same time. In this case, you've got 4 things happening all at the same time, right? Possibly 5. Good boy. All right, now that boot.
I'm La Cara. Yes, on Gatto cat face.
The name of this page is called The Mainline Cat grooming salon. So there should be no question as to what animal this is, right? Just don't understand people. Can we make it make sense? How about if you're only allowed to talk if it makes sense? How's that? New rules, right? All right. All right. That going. And we're gonna rinse off that groomer scoop out of the coat. Good boy. You're doing it. I'm cute as a button, you know that? It's like my mom tells me every day. No. Alright. Alrighty. Now, let's flip you around. Wow. I'm going to get you in the tub. I'm going to get you in the tub.
Over CITO disappointed face.
Yeah, as long as it makes sense, you're more than welcome to talk. Otherwise, yeah.
Favorite animal.
Yeah, otherwise you need to, like, go away, you know? Because we don't want you here. Just saying.
Contested ES in Cesario.
It'd be helpful if you spoke the same language, right? But no. We want a carpet bomb in a different language. And
Dad.
yeah, let's do that. 24 hours. All right, ready, steady, here we go. Whee. Good boy. Now we're doing the body. So we break down the grooming of the cat into 3 sections. The front head, mane, and front paws, the back legs and tail, and then we're doing the body. So turn him around. Whee. You know, a true litmus test of a cat groomer is to watch them go live, right? That's how you tell whether the groomer knows what the hell they're doing and what they're talking about, right? You probably just think, oh, this is easy, right? So you're able to just come on to someone's live and livelihood. I think you can just say whatever you want. How about if you put up or shut up? Let's see you go live, grooming cats. Let's see how you fare. Let's also see the final finish. Let's see the quality of your work, right? Let's see that too, right? Oh, and here's the caveat. Do it all with the cat at low stress levels, right? Until you can do all that, you need to shut the fuck up. Just saying. Right? Because you don't know what you're talking about. Just saying. Now, someone's at the door. How do we pause? And this. Alright, sorry about that. I don't know where the pause button is for the live stream, so sorry about that. I actually tried Googling that yesterday and I couldn't even get an answer. So I have to turn the microphone off and then turn the camera off, but I don't think that's the pause button. Oh yeah, don't go, boy, yes. Alright, so let's just, there we go, good boy. Good boy. Ready, steady, here we go. Alright, final finishing shampoo. This is the Chris Christensen's volume with about a tablespoon of the Thick and Thicker protein. It is very luxuriating, right? The complete opposite of what Dawn dishwashing soap would do to your cat's coat, which is hollow it out and completely destroy it of any life form or bounce, right? This is just the opposite. It will enrich and restore the bounce in your cat's coat, right? Good buddy. He's like, are we there yet? Almost. Almost. Good buddy. We're going. Whee! Good buddy. I usually use that Beats brush for the final shampoo. It's slippery, so it acts like a great detangler, right? And that's just going to help get the last bits of his matting out. The more you can get out before you take your cat out of the tub, the better. One less mat you have to worry about. For a lot of cats, it's just easier to deal with the mats and restore the coat, everything taken care of in the tub. That's one way to do it. But it's not the only way. All kinds of options, all kinds of techniques, I guess, depending on the temperament of your cat's coat, which is going to decide what technique works best, right? You did it. Alright, let's take that off. Good boy. And rinse. And rinse. And rinse. Good boy. You did it. He's like, I did? What did I do? You got your hair did. You got your bubble bath. You got dematted. You got clean. Are you plugging up the hole? He said, no. Alright. Good boy. And head. Good boy. You did it. He feels so good. Alright, let's get him out of his bath. His luxuriating bath. You can get him up on the tub here. Rinse him this way. Ready, steady. Get underneath here. Good boy. Good boy. Say hi to your peeps. All right. I'm relying on my water pressure to rinse him out. A lot of people at home, if you're trying to groom your cat at home, you may not have this kind of water pressure. So I would suggest rinsing your cat down and then doing a final submersive rinse in a bin of rinse water, right? Or a bucket. Because unless you have water pressure, you're not really going to get that cat as clean. Or if you don't mind spending a lot of time with your cat under the shower, you know, trying to rinse it off with your sprayer. Alright, you did it.
Yogi Krawi Kevin to SA Torturies Lanyego Kotao SI Nai Copy Bidak Jockey Sire Polimoje Bos Dime Mu Just Bokaje Just Kali Dramatiz Oni Pairs Eston Nimage NA to Patrazek.
Well, I'm glad everyone who understands your language understood what you said, but I didn't, so. But thank you for sharing. Yeah. As the cat just sits there. As the cat literally just sits there. Yeah. If it were a dog, you would be saying how cute the dog was. You'd be saying what a sweet boy the dog was, right? All of these things. But because it's a cat, even though he's just sitting here, right? You want to say he's being tortured, right? You're an idiot, just saying, right? That's my 2 cents. You're a fucking idiot. Yeah, the cat is literally just sitting here. The double standards are redunculous. See that? If you were little King Charles, everybody would be oohing and awing over you and saying what a good boy you were and what a beautiful, beautiful, well-behaved boy you were. But because you're a cat, you're being tortured. Okay, got it. Unless it makes sense, people, shut the fuck up. You don't have anything that makes sense coming out of your mouth. You need to shut the fuck up. Just saying. New rules. Alright. Waka waka. Good boy. Alright, first towel wrap, I usually use that for about a minute and then it becomes useless. So let's go on to the second towel wrap. Here we go. As we try to handle this cat who's being absolutely tortured, you know, tortured. Again, if he was just any dog breed at all, any dog breed at all, you'd be saying, oh, he's so well behaved. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, can I pet that dog? Yeah, right? That's what I'd be hearing. You know how I know that? I used to be a dog groomer. Yeah. I'm just making this shit up. No. Ready, steady. Here we go. You did it. Now here's the part I don't understand. The only way that anyone can possibly speak through my speaker live is if they subscribe to my channel. So now we've got a bunch of shitheads subscribing to my channel just so they can troll me. Right? Yay! So wonderful. Good boy. Here we go. I know. Why don't we just all play make-believe? And let's just pretend it's a dog, right? And if we just pretend it's a dog, we'll realize he's just a cute little boy and perfectly well behaved, right? Not being tortured because it's all in your twisted mind what's happening, right? Watching a live cat grooming is like a Rorschach ink blot test. You see what you want to see, right? Doesn't matter that the cat's the perfect boy. It doesn't matter that the owner runs one of the biggest rescue facilities in Philadelphia. It doesn't matter that the owner gives him gabapentin to make sure that he doesn't go through any kind of trauma or stress or high stress, right? None of that matters. All you see is a cat being groomed, and you equate that to torture. Make it make sense, people. New rules. If it doesn't make sense, you gotta go. the heavy mats that I used to have, all of that is pretty much free and clear. We did all of that pretty much before the bath and during the bath. Alright, you ready? Steady, here we go. Ready, here we go. Good boy. One out. We're going to put a double, triple happy hoodie on his head because we're about to blow his coat out. Waka waka. Well, he's going mobile, so better off just bringing him to the Caddyshack back, which is a contained box, so the cat can't go anywhere. Right? Up we go.
Cat in love smiling, cat in love smiling, cat in love grinning, cat face with smiling eyes, grinning cat face with smiling eyes, grinning cat face with smiling eyes, grinning cat face with smiling